Hey students, welcome to my kitchen studio. We're going to go ahead and give this a try. I've shot this video now 3 times and we'll see if this one works. So, Mr. Stropko got you started on this, and he said that he did not complete all the rays. He was just kind of demonstrating them, and he stopped. He said he had several students who didn't realize that you had to go ahead and connect the ray to every single dot as you go around. So here's your dot or your point, and you're connecting it to the edge. There's your dot, your point, you're connecting it to the edge, and you're going all the way around that one, you're going all the way around that one. When I did this the first time, I saw a whole bunch of them. The black and white ones that don't have any extra stuff look really, really cool. So don't get me wrong. But you get to the point where you see one, they all kind of look alike. So what I've done is I have gone ahead and in giant bubble letters, I've written my nephew's name out. And I've decided that I'm going to make this for him for Christmas. So I have a double duty art project here that serves as an instructional piece for you, and it serves as a Christmas present for my nephew. And some things that I've noticed over the years of doing this. One, if you do geometric shapes, they run into these lines in these corners, and they make things tricky when you go to color them. If you do really organic things, they do some fun things. You can even start up here and do a crazy loopy line, and everything on one side of the paper can be one way, everything on the other side of the paper can be another way. You can also take like a cup or whatever that's round, lay that on your paper, and you can trace it out. And having the floating bubbles, those are kind of fun. They do neat things. So lots of different options. You can scroll through and see the different examples that we've laid in there. So I am using a Sharpie marker. Sharpie markers are fantastic. Sharpie markers have a really, really pretty big point, actually, when you're considering trying to get into these little itty-bitty details. You are welcome to use the Sharpie for the whole thing. You're welcome to use coloring pencils for the whole thing. I find I'm a craftsmanship person. I like real good craftsmanship, and so ironically enough, the Kentucky National Guard pens that they had in the cafeteria, these pens have gel ink. They match the Sharpie. So this right here is all the gel ink. This right here happens to be the Sharpie. So it's the same kind of black. It's like a real rich kind of dark black. You can use a ballpoint pen too. The ballpoint pen will give you kind of a shiny ink. And then when you go to do the Sharpie is more of a matte ink. And so you end up with kind of some variations. But from a couple steps back, you can't see the difference. It's entirely up to you. I'm not really worried about it, but whatever works for you, I'm just trying to help you play around with this. So I start from the inside ray here, and I work my way out. So here is black, this is white, this is black. This corner is going to be white, and then my line for Liam's name is intersecting right here. So when I get to this area, I'm going to come out here and color that in black. Now, I did not do a really good job coloring that in. I got a couple tricks for that. Now, if you want to do your best to make straight lines, you can do that. I'm making this for a Christmas present, so I want it to be a little tighter, a little preciser, a little bit cleaner looking. I ended up with a little bit of Sharpie bleed happening there. From a little bit of a distance, it's not going to be that big of a deal, but for myself, I'm just going to come in here, and I'm actually going to use my black pen just to get it a little bit tighter and a little bit more crisp. And so if you see me take this card right here, I could also use my ruler for this. I just didn't want to have to navigate the ruler around the base of my document camera. I'm going to go over this one more time, see if I can crisp this line up just a little bit. But it made it a little crispier. Now, I've run into the same issue where in the inside of here, I have this little triangle on the other side of his letter, and I'm going to fill that in. And if I want to, I can fix this up and make sure that crispy and kind of lines up. You don't have to do this. This is me being nitpicky on my own. But I am looking for you working on craftsmanship and just trying to be thoughtful and cognizant. If you happen to be one of my engineering type students, or if you happen to be one of the students that likes to ink and that kind of stuff, and you have to have these micron pens, or if you love this kind of work and you want to be that kind of person, these micron pens come in different point tips. So that's a real fine one, and this is a bigger one, and they get bigger and bigger. So the smaller, so like 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, just like your pencil leads, 0.05. These are the smaller ones, and then the bigger that second number gets, so like 0.8, 0.9, and then you go to a 1, these tips get bigger and bigger. So these are fantastic. I love these for an artistic standpoint, but please don't spend money on these if you're not an artsy, if you're not interested in that, because that's just like stupid money spent. Like I said, once again, you might actually be able to look in your pin drawer and try out a couple of these, and you're looking for a pen that matches your Sharpie versus, do I have any ballpoint pens? That clearly does not work. I have ballpoint pens at school. Oh, there's a ballpoint pen. Ballpoint pen that doesn't work, but it puts lines in. I should not have colored that on top of that. But that is where we're at. That's what we're doing. And I'm going to go back up here so you can look at the overall. If you have any questions, I am around, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.